Greetings and a very warm welcome to Kashmir University's weekly video magazine Quest. I'm your host Muhammad Fahimul Islam and here are today's Quest highlights. DST inaugurates Center of Excellence at Kashmir University. NSS organizes workshop on leadership development. Women's College Navakadal wins first India Cyclothon. 2-week refresher course concludes and a profile on Geography and Disaster Management Department. Now the details of these events. The Center of Excellence, set up under the National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem, located at the University of Kashmir, Sikkim University and Tezpur University, were inaugurated by the Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Professor Ashutosh Sharma, through a video conference. Vice Chancellor, University of Kashmir, Professor Talat Ahmed, Chairman, Expert Committee of DST on Climate Change Program, Professor S.P. Singh, were also present at the inauguration ceremony. Thanking DST for this initiative, Professor Talat expressed interest in having more projects to study glaciers in Jammu and Kashmir.
We look forward to do more and more activities on this line so that we get, because we have more than 12,000 glaciers all over the Himalayas, and we need a big workforce to really work on these and understand. So the expertise has to develop, and we are very much involved. We are trying to do it in Kashmir University, but we are also trying to help others. Earlier we had done this efforts with JNU and also University of Sikkim and Jammu University. So some results have come, and as Ramshu Sahab has said, we have been able to publish this. So we look forward to work all together as a national mode, particularly with the Eastern Himalayan universities of Sikkim and also Tezpur and other Himalayan universities, in particularly for the glaciers. But even otherwise, Kashmir University is open to anybody to come and interact with us and have even exchange programs and whatever is required as per the NAPs.
Later, speaking to the Quest team, Professor Talat said, of the 3 universities having excellence centers, the University of Kashmir has been assigned the lead role.
3 जगहों पे जो ये सेंटर खुला है, जिसमें कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी को सबसे लीड मेंबर रखा गया है, और हम इसके पहले भी हम लोगों के पास एक बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट था ग्लेशियोलॉजी का। रमशू साहब जो हमारे डीन रिसर्च हैं अभी, उन्होंने वो चलाया था। उसमें वो जम्मू यूनिवर्सिटी भी थी, JNU थी और सिक्किम यूनिवर्सिटी, और अब इन तीनों में से सिर्फ कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी को फाइनली सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस मिला है, जो कि बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट कंट्रीब्यूशन है हम लोगों की तरफ से। और हमसे बहुत उम्मीद है कि ये वेस्टर्न हिमालयाज़ में जितने भी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं, इंक्लूडिंग लद्दाख, उसमें हम लोगों को ही इनको मेंटरशिप देनी है और लोगों को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ट्रेन करना है, चूँकि करीब 12,000 ग्लेशियर्स सारे हिमालयाज़ में हैं, जिसमें अच्छा खासा जो है तादाद वो जम्मू और कश्मीर और लद्दाख में है। तो उन सबकी स्टडी करना प्लस एक बड़ा वर्क फोर्स तैयार करना, तो ये सेंटर से बहुत उम्मीदें हैं। और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है, चूँकि जैसे रमशू साहब ने अपने कलीग्स और अपने स्टूडेंट्स को मिला के एक अच्छी टीम बनाई है, तो बहुत अच्छे पेपर्स निकले हैं, नेचर में भी छपा है पेपर इनका। तो मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि ये आगे चल के ये सेंटर और आगे बढ़ेगा और एक फुल फ्लेज्ड डिपार्टमेंट में डेवलप हो सकता है आइंदा आने वाले सालों में।
Dean Research Professor Shakil Ahmed Ramshu said that the Center of Excellence is set up for glacial research.
अगर हम देखेंगे कश्मीर हिमालयज़ में करीब 12,000 के करीब ग्लेशियर्स है, और ग्लेशियर्स जो है हमारे लिए, हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर और लद्दाख के लिए सबसे ज़रूरी रिसोर्स है। तो इस रिसोर्स को क्या हो रहा है पिछले 100 साल से, क्या हो रहा है आगे, क्या हो गया 100 साल, और जैसे क्लाइमेट चेंज इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट factor that is impacting almost every sphere of activities in the Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. तो क्लाइमेट चेंज के क्या इम्पैक्ट्स होंगे यहाँ के ग्लेशियर्स पर, और उसके साथ ही यहाँ के जो आबी वसाइल है, चाहे वो नदी नाले है, चाहे वो हमारे स्प्रिंग्स है, हमारे लेक्स है, तो उन पे क्या असर होगा और क्या क्या स्ट्रेटजीज़ हमें बनानी चाहिए पॉलिसी मेकिंग के लिए, कौन कौन से स्ट्रेटजीज़ हम एज ए मैटर ऑफ पॉलिसी बनाएंगे ताकि ये जो क्लाइमेट चेंज इम्पैक्ट ग्लेशियर्स पर, यहाँ के माहौल पर या यहाँ के आबी ज़खायर पर क्या होगा, और ताकि यहाँ के लोगों के लाइवलीहुड्स जो है उस पर मिनिमम इम्पैक्ट पड़े।
Professor Romshu opined that the university's research on glaciers during the last 2 decades has been recognized throughout the world, and setting up of Center of Excellence is an acknowledgement of that.
पिछले 10-15 साल से कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी में ग्लेशियर्स के बारे में जो रिसर्च हुआ है वो उसकी जो है पहचान आलमी सतह पर भी हुई है। तो उसके हवाले से आज की तकरीब जो थी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट थी, जिसमें सेक्रेटरी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट साइंटिस्ट्स ऑल ओवर द कंट्रीज़ ने पार्टिसिपेट किया, वाइस चांसलर्स ने पार्टिसिपेट किया, और ये हमारे लिए बहुत ही इनकरेजिंग है कि हमारा जो काम है ग्लेशियर के हवाले से, क्लाइमेट चेंज के हवाले से रिकॉग्नाइज़ किया गया है, और आगे इसमें और ज़्यादा एक्सपेंशन की ज़रूरत है और डेवलपमेंट की ज़रूरत है। इंशाल्लाह जो है हमारा जो काम है आने वाले वक्त में हर जगह रिकॉग्नाइज़ किया जाएगा।
The National Service Scheme, or NSS, University of Kashmir organized a day-long workshop on leadership development through self-awareness. The workshop was organized to enable NSS volunteers to perform the role of future leaders within the organizations and institutions effectively. Presiding over the workshop, Director, Institute of Home Science, Professor Nilofer Khan said that it's important to groom leaders in every field for the betterment of society.
Today, for any leader to be effective, it's very important that we have the IT skills. Now, I feel what I have seen around and what I have observed, that leader is one who acts differently, and when acting differently, a good leader is that one who takes his team or her team along with her or with him. Because all alone, in a system, you cannot develop your institution, you cannot develop yourself unless you take the team around with you. So when you work as a leader for the institution, it's not only that you are contributing to the institution only, you are also contributing to yourself.
Later, speaking to the Quest team, NSS Program Coordinator Dr. Musawwir Ahmed said that the workshop aims to develop the overall personality of the volunteers so that they are able to cope with every situation.
आज का प्रोग्राम जो है हमने NSS वॉलंटियर्स ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कश्मीर के लिए किया था, तो इनमें ताकि लीडरशिप स्किल, ताकि ये फ्यूचर लीडरशिप रोल्स अटेन कर सके, इसमें फोकस जो है दैट इज़ ऑन सेल्फ अवेयरनेस. सो वी हैव a series of activities that will be part of this program, and जो ये while making them self-aware of their strengths and of their weaknesses, we'll try to imbibe in them the leadership skills, the leadership roles.
Chief Resource Person for the workshop, Advocate Altaf Khan, said that this workshop would help NSS volunteers to assess themselves in a practical way.
आप जिस चीज़ की भी शुरुआत करना चाहते हो, जो भी करना चाहते हो, उसकी शुरुआत आप अपने आप से करो, और जब आप चीज़ों की शुरुआत अपने आप से करोगे, आप दुनिया बदल दोगे और आप सारा सिस्टम बदल सकते हो. तो यही इसी सिलसिले में आज ये प्रोग्राम हो रहा है. मुझे खुशी है कि 40 बच्चे इसमें शमूलियत कर रहे हैं. इससे पूरी दुनिया में जो लीडरशिप पे बात हो रही है कि हमारी लीडरशिप का फकदान क्यों है, तो ये लीडरशिप जवानों में कैसे उजागर की जाएगी. हर फील्ड में, हर मरहले में, हर मौके पे हम अपने जवानों को कैसे तैयार करेंगे कि वो 21वीं सदी का मुकाबला करें, साइकोलॉजिकली, इमोशनली, इकोनॉमिकली और सोशली.
As part of the Fit India movement, the Directorate of Physical Education and Sports, or DPENS, organized a cyclothon. The Fit India movement has been launched throughout India to make physical fitness a way of life. To encourage young students to actively take part in sports activities for a healthy living, Vice Chancellor Professor Talat Ahmed flagged off the Fit India cyclothon. Ifra Hamid of Women's College Nawakadal won the first prize in women's category. Speaking to the Quest team, she said people in Kashmir do not take fitness seriously, which results in depression.
अगर अब देखिए जब से कोविड हुआ कितना डिप्रेशन हो गया तो लेकिन हम ज़्यादा फिटनेस नहीं करते हैं, घर पे बैठे रहते हैं, तो उससे बेटर है जो हम फजूल में टाइम वेस्ट करें, उससे बेटर हम थोड़ा बहुत फिटनेस भी करें. दिन में मैं नहीं बोलूँगी 24 घंटे करना है, एटलीस्ट 2 घंटे हमें फिटनेस करना चाहिए. हम वीडियोस देख सकते हैं, थोड़ी बहुत लाइक रनिंग कर सकते हैं. हम घर पे ज़्यादा दूर जाने की हमें ज़रूरत नहीं है, कहीं पे एकेडमी में जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. हम घर पे कर सकते हैं, पुशअप्स कर सकते हैं. तो ऐसी जो मतलब बेटर है, बिकॉज हमारे जो इससे क्या होता है, इससे माइंड भी शार्प बन जाता है. फिटनेस से और क्या होता है, डिप्रेशन दूर होता है. बिकॉज कश्मीर में अगर देखा जाए सबसे ज़्यादा डिप्रेशन भी कश्मीर में है.
Runner-up in men's category, Maruf Ali said physical fitness helps in developing mental strength as well.
It helps us mental strength. Mental strength is very important nowadays. Which I think that apart from the COVID-19 situation, which we were having from last to 1 year, we were stuck towards a particular one room. Especially being to a Kashmiri student, so by conducting such events, it gives us a mental trauma that being apart from a particular one room, we are just participating in these events and helps us to regain a mental strength, which nowadays is very, very important.
Earlier, Coordinator DPENS Dr. Nisar Ahmed Khan, while welcoming the participants, expressed his happiness to see large participation of female students.
I was happy to see good girl participation instead of boys participation. I am happy that girls have turned out for this event today. It was nice to see girls in this pandemic situation as well as chilly cold also. So far as the event is concerned, it's basically a Fit India campaign which is launched nationwide, and we have participation from this event is being celebrated all over the country. And since in this condition, COVID condition, chilly conditions, winter conditions, it was a bit difficult, but I am happy we concluded this event successfully.
Registrar Dr. Nisar Ahmed Mir stressed the need to take part in extracurricular activities and assured that international athletic track that is being constructed in the university will be ready in a couple of years.
इंटरनेशनल एथलेटिक ट्रैक बनने जा रहा है, जो बड़ा ट्रैक है, अच्छा है. और इस ट्रैक को हमने ऐसे बनाया है जो गवर्नमेंट अपने लेवल पर ही बनाते हैं, लेकिन हमने जो हमारा ये स्पोर्ट स्टाफ जो है, ये ट्रेंड है और कोचेस भी हैं, उनकी मदद से हमने इसको ऐसे डिज़ाइन किया, क्योंकि इस ट्रैक को हमने बीच में एक अच्छा खासा फुटबॉल ग्राउंड भी रखा है और इसके साइड में हम बास्केटबॉल और वॉलीबॉल और बैडमिंटन वगैरह के कोर्ट्स होते हैं, वो भी बनाने जा रहे हैं. इंशाल्लाह हमारी एक्टिविटीज़ हम इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद करते हैं जो नेक्स्ट समर होगा इंशाल्लाह उसमें काफ़ी एक्टिविटीज़ गहमी रहेगी विद रिगार्ड टू एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़. और मुझे उम्मीद है कि जो हमारे डिफरेंट कॉलेजेस से हमारे फिज़िकल एजुकेशन टीचर्स भी साथ हैं, तो मैं उनको भी ये आज रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि वो अपने जो उनके स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनको एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ में इन्वॉल्व करें, क्योंकि टैलेंट है हमारे कश्मीर के स्टूडेंट्स में, चाहे लड़कियां हो चाहे लड़के, उनमें काफ़ी टैलेंट है.
Later speaking to the Quest team, nodal officer of Fit India movement Nadeem Dar said that the campaign is receiving huge response.
Today was the Fit India Cyclothon event in which the students from all affiliated colleges of the university and the students from various departments of the university participated. We received participation from almost 12 colleges of the valley and so many departments of the university. So in future we have got so many programs, so many activities in the pipeline. We have conduct outdoor activities, indoor activities. We have to organize webinars, workshops, campaigns in which the top leadership of the university will be also involved. So the idea of this whole campaign is, to promote the healthy lifestyle, to promote the importance of the physical activities, physical fitness in our lives. So far there has been excellent response from all the students, be it from colleges and university. That is why this campaign, you see the huge participation today which we have witnessed through this Fit India Cyclothon. Response has been excellent. On daily basis we receive so many phone calls and queries from the students in letting them know what are the future plans in the pipeline.
He said in the next round of Fit India campaign, focus would be to involve the staff of the university in physical activities.
This campaign will be focused on the staff as well. This is the main important point. The students are also, they need also good physical fitness. So in this regard, we are also involving them to participate in different activities. We have requested them to, register themselves in our department. We are shortly going to introduce the table tennis tournament exclusively for the staff members of the university. And I request through this medium, I request all the staff members, you please come forward and participate in these activities so that they will be fit and healthy.
A 2-week refresher course in science for university and college teachers concluded at the UGC Human Resource Development Center. Director Schemes and ex officio Secretary to Government Dr. A.G. Anger was the chief guest at the valedictory session. In his presidential address, Dr. Anger said that evolution of science and the continued developments, advancements, innovations and interventions thereof have made a great difference to the mankind, especially in making the human life on planet Earth easier and comfortable. In charge Director HRDC Professor Mushtaq Ahmad Darzi said that the refresher course will enable university and college teachers to get acquainted with the emerging challenges in science education and research,
and contribute to honest efforts to further improve scientific development processes through proper teaching learning process. The program overall was the feather in the cap, and it was a milestone, and there will be many on the way to come.
Coordinator HRDC Dr. Gir Mohammad Ishaq said that the participants of this refresher course were not deterred by disruptions caused by the snowfall, slow internet and winter chill. Around 76 college and university teachers from within and outside J&K participated in the 2-week refresher course. Geography is not the study of maps and cramming of the names of world capitals. In fact, geography is the study of people, their environment and culture. Geographers examine places through analysis, interaction and observation, be it cultural, economic, political, physical process and relationships. Established in 1979, the Department of Geography and Regional Development was headed by Professor Nasiruddin Ahmad with the objective to play an important role in planning and development of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir.
So regional development actually possibly was in terms of trying to connect geography with the regional development as such. So it started there, and then subsequently there was a faculty all across the people like great late Professor Majid Saab joined the department in 81, and there were other people who like Professor Mohinda Datta, Professor Bhupinder Zutshi, Professor Tasawwur Ahmad Kant, and then Professor Rais Akhtar also. We were very much known to in their own areas of specialization.
Jammu and Kashmir being a disaster-prone area, the Department of Geography and Regional Development thought it prudent to introduce disaster management course in 2011. The department initially introduced postgraduate diploma in disaster management. Now it offers postgraduate courses along with PhD program in disaster management, becoming the only university in India to offer such a course.
Number one, there were a number of limitations so far as the availability of the faculty in the disaster management is concerned. And then there was no required infrastructure that we could have started full-fledged master's program. So that way, under those circumstances, we were compelled to initiate the postgraduate diploma program in disaster management. One more reason that why we did not introduce master's program in disaster management was that so far as the different facets or the domains of disaster management is concerned, those were being earlier taken care under some different disciplines.
2014, we started the full-fledged program in the disaster management. So we are giving both MA, MSc in geography as well as in disaster management. Right. And again in 2019, or that way in the 18-19, we were able to get again permission to go ahead for the research in the disaster management. So that way disaster over a period of time, disaster management I should say, in the course structure has evolved much faster.
It has the distinction of being the 5th geography department in India to be awarded both DST FIST and UGC SAP.
And with this we could actually augment our lab facilities in terms of the fundings which actually we got over a period of time. And then also there was a good number of projects which we got extramural funding from different funding agencies. Ministry of Earth Sciences was kind enough to give us a project on the flood vulnerability analysis, and which was a huge funding was given by the Ministry of Earth Sciences, and we were able to, and that project has been also completed.
The Department of Geography and Disaster Management impart skills to students and scholars in mitigating disasters and also helps them in policy planning.
Because there is a common notion that so far as this disaster management program is concerned, they are preparing the type of the persons who are actually taking part in tackling the disasters in the field. We are importing the skills so far as our students are concerned, but those skills are the software skills, those are the training skills, those are the software skills, which are very important tools and techniques which they are utilizing in the formulation of the various disaster management plans with regard to the different aspects of the disasters.
You know that AMU is an international university and it is getting a lot of funding from the central government, but the University of Kashmir is a state university. But the faculty here is very friendly as compared to AMU. Further, the AMU they do a lot of research in the agriculture geography. Here both the agriculture geography and the physical geography, be it climatology, be it soil geography, be it environmental geography are taken into consideration.
Faculties are very cooperative. They help us in each and every aspect regarding our research. There is no problem whether it is these are instruments, guidance, and all aspects they help us.
For potential researchers who are curious to know things, then geography is an excellent subject for you.
At this point of time, we have more than 65 scholars. I suppose more than 60 are getting their fellowships. Around 4-5 students which are working in the disaster management. Since disaster management is not recognized as a course for the GRF or NET for that matter, so for them the departmental fellowship is being offered. So, and then we have a huge number of GRF and NET scholars who have for the last decade or so actually came off of department. It may be more than 175 if I can say.
From why volcanoes are formed, how earthquakes occur, to the impact of overcrowding in cities, geography encompasses virtually everything. Geographers are important players to find solutions to some of the world's biggest concerns, that is climate change, urban overdevelopment and natural and human disasters.
See, urbanization and migration, these are the two main topics that we study in the human geography perspective. So I think the consequence is the increasing urban informal sector, because the formal sector there's a restriction of entry. So most of the people who usually migrate, or they don't have any other employment opportunities, so they move on to the informal sectors. So this has been increasing since the past decades. So it caught my attention, so that's why I'm working on it. And it's a very important topic to be studied.
All the people know that climate change is happening, but I want to do the stakeholders' perception. Are they feeling that climate change is going on, and what adaptation strategies are they taking with respect to agriculture and horticulture, as these two sectors are the most emerging sectors of the Kashmir Valley.
The knowledge and skills imparted while doing PG in geography and disaster management means wide range of career opportunities. Not for nothing, geography is called mother of all subjects. Students and scholars can become geospatial analysts, planners, researchers and of course teachers. For students who are looking for different and adventurous career choices, the Department of Geography and Disaster Management offers them golden opportunities in it.
According to me, the geography is the best subject. It gives us the knowledge about the surroundings, about the environment that we are living in. As there is a familiar quote that geography is the mother of all subjects. I should convey the students that are going to appear in the entrance that please opt for geography, as it has a very vast scope.
Many scholars are here and they are getting the fellowship, departmental fellowship. And some scholars, UGC provided fellowships, and most of the scholars get the departmental fellowship.
Opportunities are there, and besides that there is a specific branch that is the GIS and remote sensing related. So it's a very, it's a new thing, and there is a good job scope in that thing also. I'm talking about the remote sensing and GIS. It can be in private sector as well. So mapping तो बहुत सारी private agencies भी कराती है, तो there is a good scope in that also.
Apart from that, the students sit in the competitive examinations, that's also. But there is another aspect, since the surveying, we have a very major component of the digital mapping and the digital surveying as such. So our students, for that matter, can be actually employed in the private concerns also, or for that matter in the government concerns in terms of the revenue departments, or for that matter some of the private concerns where they actually need the trained manpower. We do have total stations here, which is a very high-tech kind of a mapping which is emerging as such.
The global focus on climate change and disaster mitigation means that the subject has global employment opportunities. Today, climate change is a topic that has become a global concern, and without geography, it is not possible to understand it.
There are other, humanitarian disasters which are also emerging in this part of the world. Like this is the conflict zone. We have a number of problems, the problems of widows, the problem of financial collapse so far as the different sectors are concerned. So they are emerging as sort of disasters, humanitarian disasters.
Climate change has evolved over a period of time in terms of seeing the geographical scenario of a particular place as such. And then without having a knowledge about the geographical character of a place, geographical character in terms of the whole area, you actually can't do with the climate change. In fact, let me share with you that we have a good number of scholars who actually are working on the different aspects of climate change vis-a-vis the societal needs in terms of the climate change and the agricultural aspects, climate change and the tourism for that matter, climate change and the other related issues. So for that matter, geography is very essential.
Not for nothing, geography is called mother of all subjects. Students and scholars can become geospatial analysts, planners, researchers, and of course teachers. For students who are looking for different and adventurous career choices, the Department of Geography and Disaster Management offers them golden opportunities in it. The global focus on climate change and disaster mitigation means that the subject has global employment opportunities. Today, climate change is a topic that has become a global concern, and without geography, it is not possible to understand it. That's all for today's episode. Log on to our website emrcsrinagar.org, where you can check all the latest episodes of Quest. You can also watch it on our YouTube channel, KU Television. Before I take your leave, here's this week's thought. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?